Hey, we thought we'd do something different today. So, we're going to do a run through of Dice Hospital. We played this yesterday, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
It's on Kickstarter at the moment, but we've had to repurpose some items. So these are from Robinson Crusoe. These are going to be our nurses. We've got pieces from Pocket Mars, which are going to be our people. Surgeons and such like, and these are going to be our blood tokens from Spice Road. As you can imagine, this is a print and play set, so it doesn't do the game any justice, to be honest with you. Anyway, the first thing we've done is we've drafted our administrators. So I've got this guy, which means I can, if I get more people discharged, then I get an extra 2 points. And what's yours do?
And each time I discharge 2 yellow patients, I get an extra point.
And that's the aim of the game. You're basically trying to manipulate dice to discharge people from the hospital. And we'll probably do this in 2 sittings, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Turn sequence is dead simple. We're probably just going to play the game and let you watch, and then you can decide if you want to back it or not. I really enjoyed it. We've backed it, haven't we?
We have.
At the deluxe level, because Mrs. Green likes to spend my money.
Oh.
The first thing we do is we take 3 dice each, or we don't roll them actually. We'll use, this will be our first player token. So you've got 3 dice, you set them to 3, 4, 5, yeah? And in any order you want.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got one of each. So I'm going to go 3. You can never find the number when you want it. 5. Okay, so I'll tell you what, take a dice, we'll roll off, see who goes first.
Okay.
1. That's
4.
about right, so you're going to be player 1. Okay, so when you first start the game, the first thing you do is the draft, yeah? So we automatically have to draw one of these, which is the specialists. So there has to be one come out, and then you have to put a tile out. Okay, now one of the things that we did notice, we looked at the rules quite a bit for these symbols and what they meant, but after literally 10 minutes we kind of worked out exactly what each symbol means on the card. So that's actually a really good point for this game. It didn't take us long to actually understand it. Now, as part of a 2-player game, you always draw 1 specialist and 1 ward, you know, 1 new area for your hospital, and the first player gets to choose which one of the other one I want to take. So they can take another specialist or another.
I'll take another specialist.
Okay.
Oops.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's alright.
That's the one that was seen.
Yep. Let's put that one face down on the top. Yeah. So we have a paramedic and a neurologist, and we'll explain what these do when we come to it, because I think we're just better off playing the game, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the first thing that happens is the first player takes 9 dice and rolls them.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Now when they're rolled, you re-roll 1 and 6s. Jesus.
Which is most of them.
Okay, put them there. Okay, so it's just that one. And again. Okay. So now what we do is we put those, the highest ones go into 3. Oh crikey. 4, and then you get to choose 3. The lowest ones go into number 1. 2, 2, and 2. So you get to choose where they go now. And then those ones will go. Oh, that was a 3.
Oops, it was a 3.
That goes in there. Now the relevance of the numbers on the ambulances is player 1 will always choose their ambulance first, but they cannot choose ambulance number 1 because the person who takes the lowest numbered ambulance is the first person to get to choose which one of these they want to take. Yeah? So you're first player, so you get to choose your ambulance first.
take number 3.
Okay. Well then by virtue I will take number 2. And what that means is, because I took the lowest one, I get a blood bag, which is obviously a cinnamon from Spice Road. But for the purpose of this game, it's a blood bag. And you can spend blood bags to either increase, heal a patient by 1 step, treat a patient as though they were any colour, or you gain a point at the end of the game. So they're pretty handy to have. And I'm going to take this one. So then what we do is, we put all our people in the wards. We do. And because I'm player 2, I become first player. Give me the pencil. Oh no, we need to ask. That white thing there, look.
There we go.
Yeah, so we'll use this white thing. Repurposed. Alright. Yeah, because I'm player 2, I get to choose first. Now what this guy does, neurologist, means if I treat someone yellow, I can treat someone of the equal value as well, 1 step. And the paramedic is basically saying, as soon as the paramedic treats someone, they can treat 2 other people of value 1 to 3. So that's not a bad ability to have. And I think I will take the paramedic. Can I have a blue person?
Okay.
Okay. And then you take your choice then.
I will take the neurologist.
Okay, and that goes out of the game. They go back in the bag. They go back there. Oh. Okay, so what is the actual point of this game? Well, the point is to try and discharge as many patients as possible. And if we look on, I hope you can see that, if we look on the turn sequence marker, the number of points you get over 8 rounds, the game only plays for 8 rounds. So if I discharge 3 people, I get 5 points. And that's the aim of the game. And the way you discharge someone is, you get them up to, that was a 3, just remember that, yeah? You get them up to 6, and the next time you can technically get them up to 7, they go to discharge. And each turn you do your discharge, and then obviously you score your points. If you don't do any healing with someone, they deteriorate, what do they call it? Neglect. They get neglected, and then they go down. And if someone gets to 1, and then they would take another step further to 0, they would then go to the morgue, and then you would lose points based on that. But when we played last night, what was that? It was a 3, wasn't it? It's a 3 now. It probably wasn't. Right? 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, no, it probably was, because I had 3 3s, didn't I?
It was.
Yeah. Yeah, they go to the morgue, and then they would, well, they're dead. There we go. So because I'm player 1, I'll do my actions first, and this basically is a worker placement game. Yeah. So, for example, my paramedic. If I get my paramedic, if I put my paramedic into the pharmacy, he can treat a green. So I can treat this one up to a 6. And when you treat someone, you push them down. And that means now I can treat 2 other people of 1 to 3. Yeah? So I can treat this one up to a 4. And this one up to a 4. Yeah? My nurse, I can put into oncology, which means I can treat a yellow. So I can treat that one up to a 5. And you can treat more than one once. Yeah? This nurse I'm going to put into the trauma unit and heal them up to a 4. And this nurse, because these ones basically say treat a 1 or 2, 3 or 4, or a 5 and 6, I'm going to put them into the imaging section, and they are going to treat this 3 up to a 4. Okay, and then I would then deal with neglect, but I haven't got any. Yeah, I would deal with discharging and scoring, but I haven't got any. Yeah, and then this thing happens called shift change, where then everyone goes back up where they were. These all go back to their cards, and the next player does their turn.
I haven't got anything on there. Okay, so unfortunately I don't have any yellows, which would have been handy. I'm going to put my neurologist there in the trauma unit, and I will treat that 3 to make him a 4. Then I will use a nurse in my pharmacy and change that 4 to a 5. And I'll put a nurse in imaging and change that 3 to a 4. And my last nurse can go in the clinic and change that 5 to a 6.
And that's all your people.
And that's all I can do.
So now you'll deal with neglect.
Neglect, that one hasn't been treated, so he goes down to 4.
Yep.
That one hasn't been treated, so he goes down to 3.
Okay. Then you do your...
And then shift change happens.
Because you've got no one being...
These come down. Yeah, no one's been
You need to
discharged.
take neurologist off.
The neurologist goes back to his card, and
Okay.
that's my turn.
And then we go to turn 2. Now I'm first player, aren't I? So have you got the dice bag? Well, I take 9 dice. So that's 5, 9. You got that? Okay, so I'll just take these out for now. Yeah? Oh, that's not too bad actually, is it?
No.
Okay. So, the highest ones go there. Well, there's a lot of 5s. The lowest ones go there. And then... yeah, I know. It's, okay, we need to put these out. So we've got a cardiologist and... oh, a crash centre. That's 4 people of 1 and 2s. That's good, isn't it? And I'll put out another specialist, which is a surgeon. Which, what the surgeon can do is he can heal a red, and then he's allowed to heal him a second step, isn't he? So he put
Yes.
or she. There are women surgeons out there. Okay, so I'm first player, so I get to choose. So I'm going to choose number 3.
I will choose. I'll choose number 1.
Okay. So you get, because you chose the lowest number, you get a blood, and you get your first pickings off this. Well, actually, let's put our people in
Yeah.
where they should go.
Oh, I forgot to move mine back up. There we go.
They go back in the bag. And you get first player. So you know you get first pick.
Okay. I'm going to take the crash centre.
So it just slots it on there, so it becomes part of the board. I'm going to take the cardiologist because I had the cardiologist last night, didn't I? That one goes out of the game. Yeah. Can I have a red person, please? Okay. So you are first player, so you get to do your work first.
Okay, so first of all I'm going to put a nurse in my crash centre. And I can treat up to 4 patients on a 1 or 2.
Okay.
So I'm going to treat this one to make him a 3, and this one to make him a 3.
Well, hang on a second. It says place a meeple on this department to treat and heal a patient of value 1 or 2 4 steps.
Oh right.
Yeah. So do you want to take that back?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get to treat 1 person 4 steps.
Right. So in that case, so he goes 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll take that one up to a 6 then. With that one. I will use my neurologist in the oncology and I will heal this one to a 4.
Now you get to do any colour that was a
Which,
3.
yeah, which now allows me to do any colour that's on a 3.
That's because of the
Yeah.
neurologist
Yeah.
special ability.
So I'm going to change that one to a 4. Now I have 2 more nurses left. Right. So I will put that one there to change him to a 5. And this one I'm going to put on the intensive care and change that to a 3.
You done?
That's me done.
Now you deal with neglect.
Neglect. Obviously he's going down to 3. He's going down to 3. He goes down to 5. And he goes down to 4.
And then push everyone back up.
All go back up. And shift change happens.
And then I'll do mine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got to think about this now. I'm going to use a nurse to treat this guy to a 6. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then I use my cardiologist to discharge this guy. But that means I can then discharge this guy because they're both 6s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then my paramedic's not too good with high numbers. Dear, this is not good actually, believe it or not. I haven't got a lot I can do. So this guy is going to treat. Oh gosh. See, they're all the same number, aren't they? That's what makes it difficult. Because if you can, you want to try and keep people at the same number for discharge, don't you? I'll treat. Oh yeah, actually, I'll treat this 5 to a 6. Sorry, this 4 to a 5. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use my blood bag. Yeah. To put this one to a 6. Yeah. So that one's been used. And then I'm going to use this nurse in oncology to discharge that one, put it up to a 7. And then I will use my paramedic, and I can't use his secondary ability, to put this 5 to a 6. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I deal with neglect. So this goes to a 3. This goes to a 3. This goes to a 4. This goes to a 3. These guys go up. I score, because I've got more than you discharging,
Mm-hmm.
I get an extra 2 points. So I've got 3 going. So I've got 5 points on 3 going and plus 2, so that's 7 points. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then they go back in the bag. Shift change happens. They all go back. Yeah. And we go again. Now you are player 1, so you choose these.
So we've got a microbiologist and the renal unit.
You get to choose.
I'll take another one of these, and that's a haematologist.
Okay, so 9 dice. Take the ones out that you don't have to re-roll. The 1. You'd be happy if you was playing Eldritch Horror, wouldn't you? so highest go here. It's a lot of 5s again. Yeah?
Yeah.
The lowest, no, you get to choose now because there's different 3s. Okay, you're first player, so you get to choose ambulance first.
I will take number 2.
That forces me into a pickle, doesn't it? I'm going to take number 3. Yeah? So we'll put our people out. So you get first
I need
dibs.
to be discharging this time.
And you get a blood bag. They go back in the bag. I've given you a blood bag. So you get first dibs.
I'll go for the microbiologist this time.
Yeah, I can see why you're doing that. I'm going to go for the haematologist. Yeah?
Yeah.
So can I have a yellow person? Okay, so it's your go first.
Okay. So with my neurologist, I'm going to go into oncology. I'll treat this 4 to a 5, and because of his ability I can treat another 4 to a 5.
Can I give you advice? If you can get one of these up to a 6, yeah, when you use him to discharge him, you'll be able to discharge the other one.
Yeah.
I'm not playing your game, I'm just trying to help you.
Okay, so I will go to the trauma unit and I will change him to a 6. And then I will use my microbiologist to treat that 6 and discharge him. Which means I can then treat that one and discharge him because of his ability.
Yeah.
Then I will. Again, they're all the same. They're quite all very similar.
Yeah.
I'll use one of my nurses. Use one of my nurses on the imaging and treat that 3 to a 4. I'm going to use I'm going to use a nurse on here to change that 5 to a 6. Then I'm going to use a blood bag to discharge that one. And that's me done, really. So neglect, unfortunately, there's a few. That goes down to 2. That goes down to 2. That goes down to 3. That goes down to 3. That goes down to 3. That one goes to 2.
Okay, now do your scoring. Push them back up, yeah.
Push those back up.
How many discharge? 3?
I've got 3 discharged.
5 points. Yeah?
Then
shift change. It's my go, yeah?
Yes.
So I'm going to put my haematologist into oncology, which means I get to heal 1 yellow 2 steps. So I've healed that 4 to a 6. Yeah? and then I will use my cardiologist to discharge that one, and then he can treat one of the same number, so he can discharge that one. I will use my paramedic in the pharmacy. It's a bit weird, that, isn't it? Yeah. To heal this guy up to a 6. Yeah, and then I can heal 2 1-3s. So I'm going to heal this 3 to a 4, and then this 3 to a 4. Yeah. I'm going to put that guy in there, the clinic, to discharge that one. Yeah. And then jiggered, believe it or not. I can only use one more nurse. This is one of the things, because you've got more flexibility. Oh, that goes out of the game. Sorry. Yeah. I'm going to use this one to heal. That's the only thing I can do, is heal that 3 to a 4. Yeah. And then that's all I can do. So I'll do my neglect. 4, 4, 4. Yeah. Push them back up. I score. Did you have 3? You did, didn't you? Yeah. So I score 5 points. They go back in the bag. Everyone comes back to where they should be. They go there. They go there. It's the end of the 3rd round. So we go back to drafting. So you're first player, so you get draft. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, lay them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anaesthetist.
Physiotherapy.
Physiotherapy. Place a meeple on this department to treat and heal up to 3 patients. Value 4, 5, or 6. 1 step.
It says 4 to 5 there.
It says 4, 5, 6 on the thing. I don't know. Anyway, we need to. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a typo. You know.
Yes.
I think that one should have been transfusion. Yeah, because transfusion.
Yeah, we found one before that was different, didn't we?
Yeah, transfusion says place a meeple on this department to treat and heal 1 patient. Value 1, 2, or 3. No, it doesn't actually. No, we'll leave it as it is. Yeah. So now you got a specialist, so you get to choose what else you want.
I'm going to put out radiology.
And that's 3 people, 1 to 3. Yeah. 3 people, 1 to 3. So you have to do the dice. Try to look at radiology. Good. Place a meeple on this department to treat and heal up to 3 patients of value 1, 2, or 3. 1 step. You alright? What are you doing?
Getting the dice out.
Okay, that was our first player marker last night, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. Wow. 2 ones. Yeah, to roll them again.
2.
There we go. So, put them on. Highest go on there.
Okay.
Yeah. And the 2s go over there. And that one goes there. Okay. So you're first player. You get to take first ambulance.
I'll go for number 3.
I'll go for number 2 then. Yeah?
Yep, and you can be first player.
Yeah, so they go out. You put yours out. I get a blood bag as well. Yeah? I get first dibs. Damn right I'm going to take physiotherapy. They go back in the bag, Green. Okay, so what are you taking?
I'm going to take the anaesthetist.
Okay, so that goes out the game. Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to, because now it's people, yeah? I'm going to put one person on there, and I can treat 3, 4 or 5s, yeah?
Yes.
So I'm going to treat 5, up to 5. Where is he gone? Where's he gone? Up to 5, yeah? I'm going to use my haematologist in oncology to push this 4 to a 6, yeah?
Mhm.
And then I'm going to use, got no 1, 2, 3, so that's wasted. Oh, do I do this for next turn though? Okay, so I'm going to treat, go in here in the clinic, so I can push that to a 6, yeah?
Mhm.
And then I'm going to put my paramedic into imaging to treat that one to a 5, yeah? And then I'm going to put my cardiologist in here to push that to a 6, and then he can treat another one of the same value, and that to a 6. And then I deal with neglect, so that's 2, and they all go down to 3. You should think if you knew where the 4 is, it's on the opposite side, isn't it? Yeah?
Mhm.
I'm not discharging anyone, yeah? Then you do shift change. There, there. I've done all my neglect, push everyone back up, and it's your turn. Yeah?
Yes.
That's your go.
Okay. I'm going to put that 2.
No, you can't put the 2 on there.
Oh God.
Do it.
Sorry. I'm going to put my nurse on there to change that 2 to a 6.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use a nurse on there to change that 5 to a 6. Then a microbiologist can go there and treat that 5 to
You could have discharged 2 patients. Oh, it's up to you
6.
anyway. Because if you don't discharge, you're going to get 3 dead people next turn.
But that allows me, because of his ability, that allows me to change that to a 6.
Yeah. But how are you going to discharge them?
I've got my anaesthetist and neurologist yet.
Okay.
My anaesthetist is going to go here, and treat that one to discharge.
But then you can only treat another red patient.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. And then treat that one to a 6. And my neurologist.
Can't go on there, can it?
No.
No, put that one on
Sorry,
there.
I'll
Yeah,
put that on the
there.
trauma unit
Yeah.
instead. My neurologist can go on that one
Yeah.
and then treat that
Yes, discharge.
to discharge, and because of his ability,
Yeah.
another one, so he can put that one to discharge.
You've still got a nurse left.
And I've still got a nurse left, which I can use. I'll change one of my 2s to a 3.
Okay, so deal with neglect.
So that's 1. That's 3. 2. Whoops. 2. 4. And 2. And they all go back.
Score your points.
Score my points. I've got 3. That's
5 points.
5 points.
Shift change. All done. Okay, I think we'll stop recording there. If you want to see how it plays out, watch the next video we put up, because we'll continue the game. But you can see how this plays, and hopefully you enjoyed that. It's a really good game, isn't it? I mean, we'll do final thoughts at the end of the full playthrough, but as it stands right now, I think it's quite a entertaining little game. So anyway, if you want to watch the next bit, carry on. If not, bye.
Bye.